Hi, my name is Keith, and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be teaching you all about how you could recognize when your angels are defending you. And this is not one of those videos where I'm naming 1 through 7 different things of how your angels can defend you. I'm just going to talk about general things and how you can realize when your angels are defending you. And why is this important? And I'm always making changes, by the way. If you've been watching my past videos and you see more things pop up in the background, then yeah, I add stuff to my bedroom and etc., such as the Himalayans. I can't point to this thing. This Himalayan salt over here, there we go, and an angel statue of Saint Raguel. In the future, I'll teach about how certain statues can be given certain properties, but you're never worshiping a statue. It's a place for your angels to be. It's something that you guys can learn down the line. It's kind of like it's not like an effigy, it's like a totem, etc. But the statues are more than just statues, and I'll teach that in future videos. It's a certain kind of angel magic I have come across that allows your angels to have more of a place to help you and be able to do certain things. It's very cool, and I'll teach it in future videos, but I can't wait to teach that because that's going to be really fun. And it's a little complicated, but it's very simple at the same time. But back to, and this actually made it in the back of in this background, that's Raphael over there. That's Archangel Raguel. This made it into a good timing because I'm teaching about how you could recognize when your angels are defending you. And it's pretty cool because you're like, why do I have to care if my angels are defending me? Like, why does it matter if I recognize it? Well, you'll just have some weird, I've taught about how people can recognize when you have angels around you. If you're someone who works with angels extremely heavily and you're a good person, you're pure of heart, you're pure of mind, you're pure of body, you're pure of spirit, and you don't have any darkness about you, and you're successfully working with angels, your entire life gets very magical. Let's just say that. When you have help from the angelic realm, and first you have to acknowledge God above all else. You can't go to the angels without going to God. That's where a lot of people do mess up. Although, I talk about that in previous videos. You'll have to watch those videos if you'd like detailed information on that, because I'm not going to repeat that in this video because that could take 30 minutes. But how can you recognize when your angels are defending you? That's the title of this video, right? Well, several different ways. And why is it important? It's because, like I said, your day will sometimes seem weird or completely different if you don't really know what's going on. You'll be talking to someone and they'll look at you. This is actually one of the ways. This is one of the first ways. I call it the pan face. And I know it took me a while to recognize what this was because I didn't know what it was. But certain people, their faces will go flush mid-conversation or while they're talking. Like they'll be halfway through talking and they look like they lose blood, or they look like a pan hit them in the face like a cartoon character, and they just go, or just to go, and you'll be looking at them. And this video is for people who have a guardian angel around them, who they work with, who they're moving closer to, because working with your guardian angel, it takes some time. It really does take some time. Maybe you work with Saint Michael the Archangel, and Saint Michael the Archangel works with your guardian angel as well. These angels come as a team. They literally come as a very close-knit team. Where there's one angel and you're a good person, there's several other angels, especially when you ask God to send them. I teach you guys how to do that as well, how to ask. Psalm 91 is very, very good, especially one part of Psalm 91, but you'll be talking to someone in the conversation, and maybe as you're talking to them, your angels, or even St. Michael the Archangel, whoever's with you, most likely St. Michael's with you. If you ask them to join you once, he'll always be with you. I call angels like backpacks. They'll be on your back, and they'll be at your back until you do something bad or until you do something to ward them off. Then they're no longer there. But even for someone who's called upon Archangel Michael a year ago, and you don't even recognize, let's just say you're being good the entire year, and being good means you're not doing anything bad, you're not doing bad choices, you're not accepting bad decisions, but let's just say you are on the right path, and you call upon him once. He's going to stick around. That's how it works. Sometimes he's there anyway. Most of the time he's there anyway. He's omnipresent. He's in multiple places at once without you even really knowing it. And this is a little thing as well. I do have to teach this because this does go to people. A lot of humans will have this go straight to their mind because we are human. But people will think, oh, cool, my angel can attack people. Oh, my angel can defend. How do I make them hurt people who have hurt me? No, that's not how this works. They're doing this to protect you, especially in the moment. And it's when angels defend you, they don't really say it. They don't like to say that they just did that. They don't like to say in detail what they do. They're very, very low key about defending you. It's not something that they want to brag about. It's not something they don't want to send someone off. They don't want to hit someone in the face with a pan. It's not something they would like to do because they would like to see everyone doing well. Like, oh my god, my microphone's over here. I hope you guys heard me this whole video. But, jeez. I just realized that. There's my microphone. Hopefully I talk loud enough for you guys. If this video is not, if you guys can't hear me too well, then I'll have to reset the video. But, yeah. And all my videos are straight from the hip, by the way. I just turn on the camera. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to record a very powerful message to be able to help you guys. Now, when it comes to working with angels, you have to be pure of intent. And this includes not being like, haha, this person got hit in the face with a pan. And what I call a pan face because it literally, maybe some of you have experienced this during conversations and you had no idea what it was. It's called a pan face. It's basically, I call it the pan face because someone's facial expression will drop. Whatever they're saying, thinking, doing just stops in that moment and they have the urge to leave or they just can't really talk much longer. Like something's kind of off, something's kind of weird. This is a good thing on your behalf. This is a good thing on your behalf because you just got defended from something. You can't always see when some kind of energy leaves someone's energy field. And what does that mean? Maybe as that person's talking to you, whatever's on them begins to attach itself to you. Maybe some kind of darkness from them is... Remember how I said in a few videos ago, who you're around, their energy will trickle over to you just because energy goes from a gradient from high to low. Same thing will happen. If your angels detect that's happening with the person that you're talking to, they'll go blank. And I see this on a day-to-day basis, especially with people I teach and people who I help move closer to their angels. They'll realize certain bad people or certain people who are shady or bad intentioned, they can't say anything to them. Like, no one can really talk. No one of bad intention can really talk to the person who's working with angels. It's because they're getting shut down. They're getting shut off. Although, you can bypass your angel's protection because keep in mind, they're not 100% going to do everything for you. If you go against their protections, then that's your free will. These angels will not do anything to tamper with our free will. Essentially, we're judged based on the decisions that we make, and if you make a decision and they'll give you the intuition. You'll hear something in your head saying that this person's not good. You'll get a feeling in your solar plexus or in your heart or in your throat saying this person's not good. If you go override that, you probably deserve to learn the lesson because if you find that you don't listen to your intuition and you just talk to someone who's bad, when you just flat out know it in your soul that they're bad anyway, and then something happens energetically from you being around them, that's a lesson that you needed to learn. It's not mean, it's not harsh, it's literally you learning a lesson because you didn't learn it the easy way. Now, that's the main way you can tell the pan face. And this is the close-up pan face. And it sounds funny, like, pan face. Look up a cartoon where they get hit in the face with a pan and they just stop dead in their tracks. Same thing. And that's another thing, deer in the headlights, too. Because I've been around certain people who are like, that person looks like a deer in the headlights. It's literally a deer in the headlights. It's literally darker person, darker energy, etc. When light is shined upon them, they like... And it's like Medusa, when they look at them, they turn to stone. It's a mean way to describe it, but it's actually you being protected. There's nothing, I mean, oh, it's so mean, they protected me, they stopped the bad energy from getting to me. If you say you're angels, I would like, and some of you, I mean, not people watching my video, hopefully, but some people will claim negative energy, and when it haunts them, they're like, why didn't my angel protect me or defend me? Well, because you went past it, okay? Now, that's way number one, the main way. Is the pan face, and you'll recognize it now that I taught it to you. So let's say and even if you're talking to someone in a conversation, you guys can do this as well. St. Michael's, he's here to help you. Even if you're talking to someone, and you feel uncomfortable, and you feel like you would like some extra protection, you can say under your breath, St. Michael, please, help me out here. Or just, you can say it in your head too, because
it's better to say it out loud on your breath, like, Saint Michael, please. Or you can just say, or Saint Michael, can you please get this person away from me? They're not leaving me alone. And then the person will just be quiet and walk away. Although Saint Michael's an angel who will not do everything for you. You guys have to get that. He will not do every action for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to try to break off from the conversation, but if the person keeps talking to you and like, Saint Michael, please, can you help me out here? He'll help you because you did your part and you did the most you can do and you're trying to get away, and he's going to step in. That person will get very quiet and then walk away, and you probably won't see them again. Or when you do, they're not going to say hi. And this leads to this step. I mean, this leads to other way you can tell when your angels are defending you, is that you'll see someone from a distance that you used to talk to, and they look like basically like a deer in the headlights. They look shot, like, or like they'll give you a weird face, like, and it might be a face of horror, if I can say that word, horror. It might be a face of horror. It might be a face of just they don't recognize you, because that will happen. Sometimes your angels will cloak you. It might be a face of them like just decision making. They're just like kind of lost and confused, etc. But you'll recognize it because that person, because you can't pick. I mean, you're not able to fully read their energy from a distance. Hopefully, you guys are not reading people with dark energy from a distance, because you will pick it up. But your angels detect it on them. Your angels will be like, okay, there's something dark on this person. I can't have my person picking up anything from them. They asked and prayed for protection, and I'm going to help out because this person asked. And the person will just like see you from a distance and not be able to say hi. It'll look like there's an invisible wall there, because there pretty much is. There's an angel standing between you and the person, etc. Now, these are like the more the ways that you'll see in public. Some other ways you'll see in public of angels defending you is when there's someone really bad nearby you and they have very bad intentions. They'll go on a sneezing rampage. They'll go achoo, achoo, achoo. This means they have something very dark on them. They're thinking some dark stuff towards you in their head, even though it might not show it on their faces. They have some really, really nasty negative thoughts, or they might be going through something in that day, and somehow it's being taken out on you, and you're going to absorb that energy, so they're getting stopped in their tracks as well, because that's literally a distraction. When they're sneezing, they can't really focus on the thoughts that are negative, sending them towards you. They can be evil eyeing you. I see this from even 20, 30, 40 feet away. I've seen people go, achoo, 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 and it's like someone dropped black pepper on them, and pretty much angels are able to do that just to protect you and let you know, like, hey, this person has some seriously bad energy, and it's trying to go to you. It's trying to affect your day. It's trying to affect your opportunities. It's trying to affect your energy. It's something that's going to come home with you, and you're going to bring it home to your family, and this energy is not something you want, so we're kind of pushing this off. We can't do this 100% unless you just like really walk away from the person, because angels are they're not crutches. They're ladders. They're literally helping us reach the heavens, reach the highest versions of ourselves. They're not going to help us be crutches. So angels will act as kind of like lever, like helping us move upwards and closer to God, and helping us climb. So their energy acts like a ladder. So their energy is there helping us climb the ladder. Not just like, okay, cool, I have a crutch to lean on it. I get to lean on it and I get to sit back and watch. No, as a person, you are judged based on your actions, your intentions, the decisions you make, what you say, etc. Who you choose to be around you, etc. And that's one way you'll see it as well. People will just sneeze, and now that I say it, you're gonna start recognizing. You're fully going to recognize it. Sneezing's very common. What else? If you've actually passed some of the protection of your angels, one thing that will happen, and sometimes you accidentally pass a protection. You don't really mean to. Sometimes you go around their protection, or sometimes it's a little too short of a notice for them to, especially if you didn't ask for the protection and they're protecting you anyway, and you're not wearing any crystals, you're not wearing any essences at all, and you're just completely naked. When you don't have crystals, when you don't have protections, you're naked. And you're around a bad person, maybe the bad person pushed their way into being around you and talking to you. Your nose, this area, especially this area right here, will get violently itchy, and it will itch so bad you'll want to cry. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Like it'll itch like crazy, and it's so annoying that you have to get away. That's one, your angels being like, hey, there's something really bad, and number two, it's the dark entity on them doing something to you to go home with you. Because these dark entities look for hosts with energy. That's the whole idea of a spiritual attachment. It will attach itself to you and come home into your house and then meet your family, and now everyone's fighting and arguing because this dark energy being attached itself to you, and now it's home in your home, and now you're having problems with the cars and finances and etc., and things are going crazy, and you're fighting at home with family and friends and stuff like that. So your angels are saving you a whole bunch of trouble. You just have to help them help you by recognizing certain signs. That's usually, I mean, some of you will have your own individual signs, like you'll get really hot, you'll feel chills, etc. Your angels will just be like, hey, this person has bad energy, run. Hey, run. And maybe you don't recognize the signs, but if you start paying attention to them, you're going to notice a trend, and you're going to learn how to recognize signs from bad people. Eventually, because when you work with angels after a certain point, the connection gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and certain angels are able to come onto this plane of existence more and more because you're giving them your attention and your energy and you're connecting to them. So as they connect to you and you connect to them, there's a bond that's made, and they're able to do more from above the firmament. So they're more able to help you because you've given them, you've asked God for help. Most importantly, you're wearing crystals, you're wearing certain essences, you're setting boundaries, and now your angels are so much able to help you to the point where they're just giving you easy signs. Another way that you can tell your angels are protecting you is, this one's not apparent. If you're trying to leave your house, and you try to leave your house 100,000 times, and you have to keep going back in your house, going back out your house, in your house, back out, in, out, like you forgot something, you picked something up, you didn't put on a shoe, you forgot a water bottle, etc., they just saved you from an accident. Yeah, they saved you from an accident. Like, mainly it's a car accident, mainly it's you tripping over or falling over something, an accident and meeting the wrong person, an accident and dropping something. They just offset a timing because they saw something in a timeline ahead of time. So when we see sunlight, the sunlight that hits the ground is 8 hours late. Angels are above the firmament. They come to us in a different way of perception because they're multidimensional. They are in different dimensions. I'll talk about the dimensional properties and angels in the future. One angel can stand on three sides of you. If it's a higher ranked angel, like St. Michael the Archangel, he can be at your left side and your right side, and in front of you and behind you, all at the same time in different concentrations. I'll teach about that in the future because that one's kind of trippy as well. Once we learn that the 3D reality is really not what we think it is, like people give too much attention to the 3D reality. Yes, it is necessary. There are spiritual laws that we can't comprehend past the 3D reality as humans because sometimes we just don't understand things. We'll just never understand them because that's just how it is. We're human. We're in a physical vehicle and we can't understand everything that we can't really imagine. It's like trying to see a color that you've never seen before that can't be imagined or seen because you're not able to perceive the color. Same thing with the dimensional, the same thing with the dimensional properties of angels and how they're able to help you. They can be in two places at once in different concentrations. Usually lower ranking angels are able to do less compared to like the seven main archangels. St. Michael can do the most. That's usually why he kind of sits back in the background sometimes because he's like, okay, let's have this person try their best, do their hardest, ask God for the help, and do everything they're supposed to do before I really step in. And when he steps in, he doesn't really say it. He's like, St. Michael's not the angel to be like, okay, yeah, I just really put this person in their place because they were doing something bad. Especially when you have people doing black magic on you and St. Michael is there, he's not the kind of angel to tell you like, hey, these people were doing black magic. He'll take care of it so fast that you'll blink your eyes and it's just like over. But he's not the kind of angel to tell you that because, like I said, let these angels, they will protect you. Let the signs from them to you be signs as to heed the warnings. They won't do everything for you, and don't let this go to your head. This is just a few ways, and for the rest of the ways, it's more personalized ways. You'll have to recognize it on your own, because everyone has their own individual signs. I shared some very common ones, but they get very specific and very personal. Maybe you'll see like 555 when you're around, I don't know, it could be anything. If you see 55 or like 911 as an angel number when you talk to someone, and that means now that person's trouble and you need to get out of there in an emergency, you'll see 911 before you talk to them. You can assign things to angel numbers, etc. But don't let this go to your head. Don't be like, my angels are defending me. And I've seen a TikTok comment, how do I make my angel attack someone? I'm like, you can't make an angel do anything. You can't. If you try to make an angel do something, they'll probably get quiet and you won't even know they're there anymore. If they actually leave, which it's very rare that they leave, because certain people will have different volume of angels around them. Some people will have thousands of angels. Some people will have 1, 2, or 3 main angels with like 500 in the background. And like I said, they work in different dimensional properties. There are lower angels than guardian angels, like a little bit lower. Those are more like the backup team. There's several ranks of angels. And like I said, we can't really fully comprehend their dimensional laws just because we're human. But the entire point of this video is do your part. Wear the crystals that you should be wearing, such as black tourmaline, because it's the most protective crystal ever. I have black tourmaline on my website for $777. It is an entire life changer. It changes everything about your life. It keeps really bad people away from you, and people who are really bad can't approach you. Like, that's it. The way they're able to approach you is that you invite them. You ever heard the term, a vampire can't get into your house unless you invite them in? Same thing. Now, your angels will know, because the reason I don't really teach this topic very often about how angels can attack, and I am not going to get into the details of how else angels are able to attack, because it's not something humans should really know how they attack. Let's just say they're good at doing their jobs, and they're very good at keeping dark energy away. I will not teach that about any specific attack mechanisms. These are just the general warnings, because I have seen people in general, because we're human, get very egotistical, like, my angel just attacked them. And it's like, no, it's sad, because that person is a person who can reach the highest potential and their highest good, and the angel didn't really want to attack them. The angel probably felt bad because the person's not doing their best, and the angels are the helpers to humanity and helping us all out in reaching our highest potentials. And this angel, because there are several angels, there's a lot of angels. Let's just say there's so many angels that are unnamed, that are not online. You will never know all the angels' names, and some of the angels' names are actually not their true names for very specific reasons. But this is a very informative video about how you guys could recognize it, because it's important for you guys to recognize it just so you can run away from it. So when your angels are protecting you, be like, okay, I'm going to make my angel's job a lot easier by bolting. Yeah. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments section. I hope this video helps you. In the future, I'll make some more angelic knowledge videos, because angels are very beautiful beings of light to work with. Remember, acknowledge God as the Most High above everything else before you work with angels, and watch my other YouTube videos about working with angels, because once you are at a certain point with working with angels, life is pretty cool. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!